like this. You both say you've been to therapy. How old were you when you started going, and what is the best piece of advice that you've gotten? Lana from Arizona.
Lana.
Hey, Lana.
Like hey,
yeah.
Lana. From Arizona. You want to take this one? Or you want me to take it?
You go, because I won last time.
Therapy. I started at 9.
That's young.
I did. I learned how to manipulate actually adults by going to therapy because some of these therapists were so awful. They would just take the money and then they'd give me. I was a fat kid, so they would just give me candy, and I'd be like, "If you give me another piece of candy, I'll tell you something else."
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was a little too young, I think, to start therapy. Yeah. And I didn't think I had the issues that they could understand. And they were psychologists, very different than therapists. I promote therapy a lot more than psychologists, especially for children.
Let's define a psychologist is somebody who can actually write you a prescription.
Yeah.
And a therapist is someone who cannot.
Yes.
They are counseling you and talking with you and helping you. Yeah.
And I quite like that more.
I do too. Absolutely.
Me personally, my opinion is I don't think children need drugs unless there's something that they really, you know what I mean?
Valid.
Unless there's something truly, truly valid, but I think it's overprescribed a lot.
100%.
I'm just saying.
And when we were young, that was like the new thing.
Yes.
So there was a lot of parents who were like, "Oh, good Lord, yes."
Mm-hmm. I'd rather go to feelings first, and then you go to what you need to if it's imbalanced hormonally.
Yeah.
But I think the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten was, it's not what they say, it's what you hear. And perception is reality. So I've had to sit back and not be defensive about what people say to me. It's what I'm hearing at that moment. And then I give them less control over my life because then I don't feel bad. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, wait a second. What did they mean by that statement? Okay, they're coming from that place. Let me take a moment to take that in, breathe it in, and examine it my way. You know what I mean? And then it gave me a moment to go, ask them, like, did I hear this correctly? Like, it's not what you're saying. Am I hearing this correctly?
Right.
And then starting a conversation with that as
really
opposed to just being defensive all the time.
Yeah, that's really good because there's a difference between intention and literal stuff. Because, you know, in many cases, a lot of people don't have the language or the vocabulary to really kind of articulate what they're intending. But you know what the intention is, it may just come out wrong. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
And so many, and again, when you're hearing it a certain way, if you're like in a mood or, you know, you had a bad day or whatever, it could be misinterpreted. But then all of a sudden, that's how that person interpreted it.
Right.
So but it takes a level of, I guess,
tools too, the maturity.
Yeah, maturity, like experience on your part to really be able to do that.
That's therapy. But I also do not agree with fighting over text a lot, like with especially people you're not close to, like that don't know you, or like having huge discussions on text. It can get misinterpreted all the time, especially if you're not close to the person. You know what I mean? You can mean one thing and say that's why I like look at something sometimes and I'm like, wait. They didn't put a smiley face next to that. Are they serious? Do they mean it? What am I hearing? What are they saying? And then therapy's given me the permission to go, can I ask you this question? What did you mean by that? And really start that dialogue.
Confidence to do that stuff. Yeah, no, I could likewise given me the confidence to be able to, and given me new vocabulary, new tools.
How old were you when you started?
38.
Love it. Yeah.
Because, you know, therapy has all those like negative connotations, especially in, you know, communities of color and stuff like that, where it's like not looked on as, I don't need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm smart. I don't need that shit. You can work it out. Or you have that whole thing growing up and be like, you know, buck up.
Yeah.
Ball up.
1000%.
Yeah. Or, you know, this is basically what it is. Life's hard.
It's going to tell me what to, I get it.
Yeah. So, but that's really just a very old, you know, I don't want to say old. It's just a very old generation of thinking. And that now, you know, emotions and mental health is really important. And therapy is a nice way of, everyone needs it.
Yeah.
I love it and believe it. And ever since I've had it, it's really helped me.
Yeah.
In everything, pretty much.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and it's never too late to start.
No, never. No. It's always amazing. And then you can start up again at different ages. I love it. I think insurance should cover it for free for everybody.
Yeah.
If I could go once a week, I would go once a week. I swear. Just to check in, say things out loud. Lana, go.
Seriously. You know what's so interesting? In America, right? Like in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, the human aspect of things was still considered part of stuff. But then once the 70s and 80s and Reaganism came in, he took away all the social services, and that's
All the mental institutions.
all the
he
mental
closed down.
institutions, everything. Not that those didn't have problems too; they weren't perfect, but
need
the
them.
focus of that as an aspect of humanity and life and everything, the language all around all of that started to change, and now we're in a place here where, you know, you have the cops where the humanity and human language is no longer part of the doing of stuff. It's all separated, but it's all starting to come back now.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
The awareness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anywho, cool.